Hey, this is Phil Lilley, Lilleys Landing Resort and Marina on Lake Taneycomo. We're going to do one cast today. It's Tuesday the 15th of September. And I've boated up here below the dam. I'm just below outlet number 3 on the big flat here. And they were running 2 units here a little bit ago. And they've starting to drop it. They're supposed to drop it to a half unit. Well, I was up here earlier today, this afternoon, with my buddy Richard Marks. We're throwing jigs up here. And this is going to be a little tricky. I've got the camera on the front. And I'd like to move this chair. Well, down here at what we call number 4, we saw a bunch of fish holding, a bunch of rainbows holding. Didn't see any browns, but they were really going to town on the surface, sipping stuff that was floating by. So I've tied on a crackleback. This is about a number 12 crackleback. It's got a purple body. Of course, what do they call it? The fire. Gosh, what's it called? It's the name of the hackle. Anyway, I put floating on my leader 6X tippet, and I'm going to drift down to that area that they were sipping right down here. I don't see any fish right now, but hopefully the camera angle, I'm sure, is way too close, but if I had my other boat, I can't do that. I can do that. No, I can't. Yeah, I can. Bear with me. Here we go. If I don't drift down past it before I get set up here. I'm sure you guys are. Yeah, I'm really close to it. You guys are used to my clumsiness. I really don't see any of them over there. The water's a little bit lower than it was before. So it's dropped out. Oops. I've got this thing on 100%. It's a very strong trolling motor. You need to slow it down. Water here is only about 3-4 foot deep, so if I fall in, I just get wet. Okay, those fish are right over there. Oh, here he is. There's one of them. Okay, I'm just going to take my time and drift down to them. This crackleback, I didn't put any. Ooh, that's a nice fish right there. These fish were holding right by on the surface. I mean, their heads were almost out of the water. They were so close. So they were really looking for stuff on the surface. And of course, we're throwing jigs. This is my first cast. Yeah, I got one following it. Eat it, please. No, he broke up. Oh, no, he didn't. Ooh, there's some big fish out there. See, this is what I don't like. I've got to turn. I see some browns over there. This looks like a midge. that's skidding across the surface of the water is what it looks like. So they've got to chase it to eat it. Oh man, there's some big fish over there. A couple of them died. I'm sure they're browns. Some of them are rainbows, but I'm going to try to get kind of right above them, so I'm not really swinging it out. Swinging it instead of... There we go. Now I got to follow. It's not staying on the surface, which is okay. Staying real close to the surface, it's making a V. That's a good thing too. I'm trying to sneak in without running them off, because they were spooky, and I'm sure they're going to be real spooky with the water dropping out, getting more and more shallow, because they're going to start moving out. When the water goes off, oh my gosh, ooh, you saw that. And he came up on the surface. That was a big old brown. Oh, that was sweet. If you do that to my fly, I think I'll have a heart attack. That brown was easily in the 20s. Not 20 pounds. They are not coming up and sipping like they were earlier. It's disappointing. But obviously they will come up. Usually about this time in the evening when they're dropping the water, they really start midging. They really start coming up. So I'm kind of hoping that happens. It's about 30 minutes before sundown. I think a lot of these fish have bugged out. I'm not seeing them anymore, and I'm sure I'm the reason why they bugged out. So I'm going to cast over here in this current. A couple of times. Fishing today has been pretty tough. Ooh, there's a nice fish. And when I say pretty tough, I mean, if you were fishing night crawlers, you probably caught some fish, but even fly guys, and I'm not sure about up here, but I know the guys, my guides that go out in boats, in the trophy area, it was hard. I fished This morning we did a commercial shoot for a commercial, and we were trying to catch some fish to put in the our new pontoon plexiglass live well, and we couldn't catch fish. We even tried to catch fish behind the dock, and Blake caught one behind the dock. It was tough. Fish were not active today. But I came back up here with Richard as they were turning the water on about 2 o'clock. I did not see that fish take that. I looked away. Maybe you saw it on the camera, but I don't know. It's a good fish. He just didn't let go of it, didn't spit it out. Had it long enough where I could set the hook. I don't have I'm not in my boat, so I don't have the cradle. Got it in the nose. Right where he's supposed to have it. Okay, you're going back. Man. Just hold on a second. Thank you. Well, at least I caught one. It wasn't a real pretty hook set. Oh, right below the boat. What did you do? Is that what you did? No. Yeah. Oh, my fly line, it's all over the place. Okay. I'm just letting it swing behind the boat. Got very dirty fly line. I need to clean it. Nothing much coming up yet. Oh, me and Richard came back out at 2 o'clock when they're turning the water on, and we each caught 3 decent rainbows on jigs. Either sculpin ginger, or I tried the ooh, well, that was a big fish down below me. I tried the Tri-Olive Dark. They're all in 16th ounce. Kind of work my way down. Some fish down. Oh yeah. Starting to surface down here below me. Trying to get out of the way where you can maybe see the take or the same fish down there. Got another 100 feet to get down to him. A lot of times if you just hold it in the current and let it just float there, they'll come up and hit it, not even strip it. Ooh, that was a good fish. Oh, come on, Phil. Oh man, that's in there. I can't take that out. I'm getting down there close to where that big fish is. Man, if I hung that fish on a fly rod, 6X tippet. The only problem with this time of year and these big fish up here is if you hooked a 10-pound brown up here on 6X tippet, a 10-15 minute fight with the oxygen as low as it is in the water, you kill the fish. I'm down there where that big fish is. Ooh, I got a tree behind me though. They really aren't coming up tonight. It's still a little bit early. furnace hackle. I think that's what it's called. I was trying to remember it. They're midging down below. I actually want to throw a jig for just a short time up here. Sometimes you can skate this. What I do is just lifting the rod, just skate that fly right on the surface, and it looks like a midge that's drying its wings. Those fish really like that sometimes. It's the first time I've built it up here in a couple of weeks at least. I might have done one cast up here last time I was up here. I've been stopping at lookout just about, well, all the time. I'm not going above lookout even with the water running. Which it hadn't been running a lot. I did say they're running 2 units, but they were dropping it down to that 35 or a little more than a half unit. And they're supposed to run that all night. Slow myself down just a little bit. There was some fish midging right down in here a little bit ago. There's one right up against the bank. Let's try that. Throw on the other side. That's about where that fish rose, right there. I'm going to try a couple more casts in this shallow flat, and then I'm going to start throwing a jig. It's an awesome evening. The high all this week and into the weekend is supposed to be around 79, 80 every day. See some midges. There's a midge hatch coming off. Those fish are just not eating them. Oh. Come on, hit it again. Right there. He just came up and put his mouth on it. He did not. Ooh, again? He didn't take it that hard, but he did take it. I just missed him. Oh, I got a bird's nest. Oh, man. Okay, I'm gonna have to go to a jig. Yeah. Oh, my line caught the knot. And balled up. Let's see, I've got a 16th ounce sculpin jig with a brown head. I'm gonna move out. Middle of the lake, let's see, 4-pound line. Day before, or I guess yesterday, fishing was awesome. Everybody on the docks were catching fish. Everybody out in the boats were catching fish. I guess they got full. They did not want to eat today. When we came up earlier, the sun was out. We could see a lot of fish up here. Richard moved away about 1.5 years ago. He used to fish here a lot, and he was pleasantly surprised how many big fish he saw. He was amazed. I said, yeah, it's been phenomenal up here as far as big fish. We fished up here. We made probably 4 or 5 drifts, and I think we caught 3 or 4 peas. So, we didn't tear it up unjigged at all. The fish we caught were decent, 15 to 18 inch range. It's a rainbow. Not the same size, maybe a little bigger. I felt him tap it. Wow, that's cool. It's good to see that they're fighting hard. Man, he's fat. Real fat. Wow, that was a big fish. Where was that? Sounded like somebody fell in, it was so big. They might be changing their pattern. I don't know. Running the water a little bit, it's good. We went 2 or 3 days without any generation, and it really, the lake got really dirty with all the algae, moss, whatever growing on the bottom and floating up, and the fish didn't seem to mind, but it sure was difficult fishing. I'm working this really close to the bottom. Good spot for browns. This deep hole below the boat ramp. So a lot of times these browns will stay down in this deep hole and kind of a staging spot before they move on up into the outlets. Yeah, it's a good spot for a walleye. Move out just a little bit. Oh, there's a pump. I only got moss on my jig, but that was definitely a bump. My line hopped. Disappointed that they're not midging as much as they normally do in the evening when the lake's dropping out. I mean, those two. One more cast. Up over 37 minutes. Tell you what, I'm gonna make one more because the head of this little run right here usually produces a fish. Not this time. Okay. Thanks for watching. Caught a couple decent rainbows. And just didn't work out as far as fish midging and catching them on that crackleback. That would have been fun. See you tomorrow. Oh, golly. Wow. Talk about a tank. Whew. solid fish. There he goes. Bent my hook, I just bend it back.